When the NFL has no issues, things like that. This is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing,
Right.
with the Super Bowl, because he was doing like slick shit, like
go ahead.
He was doing some wild shit.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So rapper 50 Cent has a theory as to why Jay-Z and Roc Nation allegedly attempted to block him from the Super Bowl. 50 hopped on Camron's new interview series, Talk with Flea, to discuss about his recent business ventures. After breaking down how his Las Vegas residency came to be, Cam took the conversation to the Super Bowl, where 50 Cent was a guest during Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. Cam wondered why 50 Cent came out and said Jay-Z tried to block him from hitting the stage, to which 50 Cent elaborated. So what he said basically, Jay-Z told Eminem that the NFL had an issue with him, which didn't make any sense to him.
Cool.
Right.
And then when the guys that are like the really rich guys, the owners,
Right.
when they keep seeing you around other guys that are the equivalent,
Right.
they look and go, bring me that. That's cool. So they want to be around me too, because they keep seeing me with the other guys that
The right
owners
people,
and
right.
shit, like in the right circles. And then it starts to open up. Like now it's like 11 professional sports teams.
Right.
And then it's ill because when the NFL has no issues, things like that. This is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing,
Right.
with the Super Bowl, because he was doing like slick shit, like
go
he
ahead.
was doing some wild shit, because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me, and I'm like, well, what's the issue? I don't have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance.
Right.
Makes no sense. You know
So
what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says "old boy" for the audience that
Yeah, it's
don't know,
Jay.
talking about Jay-Z, this was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they
Right.
had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just think,
Threatened?
yeah,
Possibly?
not even threatened. You know, I think it's just when you take the competition from like our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he wanted to be on the top 10 or top 5,
Right.
and you still competing. It just don't make sense. Like, what are we competing for?
Tell me
What's the
about
goal? Like this even like a lot of this, even a lot of the competitive stuff, or we would call it beef, right? And
Right.
it changed. That terminology changed from when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment.
Right.
When before that they called it battling in our culture.
Right.
Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. Like,
Right.
so when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what I went through with Joe. Like my issue with Joe, I was like, yo, I think what was the like? When did we bump into each other and have an altercation or anything?
Right.
It wasn't that. It was just he's loyal to a default.
Right.
He was so loyal that he was like on the side without having to be on the side.
Right.
Right.
You know, and then that, you know, it dissolves itself over time because you ain't really got an issue.
Right. Absolutely. Talk to me real quick before we get. So we talking about power. We seen Ghost have a little problem.
Yeah.
I still call the nigga Ghost. I don't know nothing else. I call him
Omari.
Yeah. What was the problem with you and him, and why was he so mad? Now, real quick before you tell me, I'm just a nigga on the outside looking at. And I'll be honest with you. When I first seen Power the first season, I was like, this shit is dope. I actually came to your office, we was talking about it. And I didn't know it was going to turn into the monster it turned into. Tommy got a show, Little Ghost got a show, everybody got a show. And was he feeling, and I'm just asking because I don't know, I didn't really dive into what y'all niggas' problem was, but was he feeling niggas killed me off early?
Yo, look.
After the shit went crazy?
What's crazy about that? Look, what's crazy about look, people have success for the first time. Sometimes they need it to be theirs, all theirs. Like they want it to be their success, right?
Right.
There's no one person responsible for a hit television show. It's a collective.
Right.
Right. Now, without me there to be the marketing to make the music, the theme song for the joint, and be everywhere that I'm at, performing the theme song to the actual thing to make it connect in a different way. And then everything else, like in the very beginning, getting the show picked up, period.
Right.
Like I, part of the process of hiring them, right? At points when it wasn't financially in a good space, he will tell you I gave him the money. The rest of the company didn't give him the money. You know, I was only getting $17,000 per episode. How am I giving him the money? I'm giving it to him from out of my pocket, bro.
Right.
So when you do that, like, and what happens is when he's saying that he feel like they didn't pay him is because he sees himself as the face of the entire network.
So just real clear, so I'm catching up. He's saying he didn't get paid. That's what the problem was?
He said he didn't get paid enough. He thought he should get more.
Oh, okay.
You know, and while he's saying that, you know, immediately they're going to look to me. Our audience is going to say, well, the hip hop coach, youth coach. So immediately going to say 50 didn't pay him. Because you heard him say 50 and Courtney or whoever. They don't know who Courtney is.
Right.
Bro, so they're going to like 50 didn't pay him.
Shit, give me that 150. What, 150 a week?
50 paid me.
I'll take it.
No, but
I'll take that 150 a week. That's why I'm in acting
Let me
class.
tell you something. And let me tell you something. And this is really how this should go. And I can't speak for 50's experiences, just from my experiences. Niggas be thinking you they accountant. For real. You get niggas the money and then they wow the fuck out. They want to buy 4 cars at a time. They want to go move to Alpine, New Jersey. These niggas want to have a 17,000 square foot house. You know, they want to have 16 chains. And then when they go broke, these niggas be like, camera suck.
Oh, shit, it's careful.
Yeah.
Look, it's always, look,
That's
you know,
how it goes.
look, in the history of artists, right? Why they go wrong? They're going to say it was the record company. When the record company is an individual because he's running the actual company, it's Cam or it's 50 or it's somebody that they can point to specifically, it's his fault because he's still doing financially in a place where he can do whatever he want to do. And because they now feeling like they have restraints, it's your fault. They're gonna make it your fault every time. Like, look, this is all of the artists. Ask them what happened when they're not popping no more. They'd be like, it was the record company. The record company wasn't responsible for making you hot. They picked you because you had the highest probability of selling.
Right.
But we got hot before we got to them.
That is true.
We built the momentum before we got all of the mixtape work. Everything else that you've done to build consistency. Consistency is the key to all success. If you can consistently work at something, you can consistently shoot the jump shot, you're going to go to the league. If you consistently run, catch the ball, you're going to go to the league. Like, that'll happen, but you got to work at it until your technique and you are good enough at it for them to actually give you the shot. And that's the process that we're going through, but they're always going to blame whoever's in the driver's seat around. You know?